is Uber Prinny and
Mycharisbs.
and as you can see, the game again that I'm playing is Phantasmagoria, a Flower View, because yes, it's my favorite my favorite game series of Touhou. And I also gave you I'm also giving you a pièce de resistance, because the thing is, I have a face cam. So right now I'm going to be trying to finish this on hard mode with Youmu, and then Mycharisbs and I are going to be talking about several different topics.
Basically, a bunch of games that I'm playing that he's interested in, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the first one would be, well, what is it?
A Brighter Darkness.
Brighter Darkness. What do you want to know about first?
Well, sum it up first.
It's a new Disgaea game. I'll just give a brief snapshot, then we'll go into more detail. How's that?
Go ahead.
It's a new Disgaea game, so you should expect the same old Disgaea goofiness. Anything that if you play Disgaea, you kind of know what to expect. The only thing is, it's a much more streamlined Disgaea than the previous ones.
Okay.
What I mean with that is, it's like they took the system of Disgaea 1 and 2 and mixed it with 3 and 4. I'm sure you know that Disgaea 1 and 2 have the weapon mastery system, correct?
Yes.
In Disgaea 3 and 4, they took it out and they replaced something else.
Alright.
Let's start with the character creation system. How does that sound to you?
Go ahead.
Alright, so what the character creation system is, the first thing you have to do is you pick a class. Any class, and we'll start with the gunner, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So you pick a gunner, and the first thing you're gonna do is name it. So of course they're gonna have some silly names going with it. I've already pretty much they got some silly names going. So you pick the name, and then after that, then hold on. I'm kind of playing the game too, so I just wanted to be distracted while I'm talking. So I'll just once you pick the name, then you go on to, let's just say, what kind of characteristic your class is.
Yes.
There's 3 types of characteristics, and they come with each characteristic has its own distinct voiceover. So there's a voiceover and its own innate passive ability, which in Disgaea from 3 and 4 they're called abilities.
Yes.
From Disgaea, to summarize it, Uber Prinny, I'm gonna ask you, in Disgaea 2, give me a passive ability that stuck out to you. Anything.
Any passive ability?
Yeah, from Disgaea 2 that stuck out to you.
Hold on. Passive ability. Okay. Passive ability is when your HP is down to a certain point, right? Your attack goes up dramatically. Let's just say, like attack up on when your HP is low. Okay, go ahead.
So basically, it has something like that where if a certain condition is met, or if you're beside somebody, or etc. etc. If something is met, something will happen, and it usually is really good. Not only basically it goes by characteristics. There's 3 characteristics. Like if you have a gunner, you could have, let's say, happy gunner, angry gunner, or sad gunner. Each one has their own distinctive voiceover, in all their attack, in their animations and all that stuff. So you get to choose between the voiceover, and they also have their own distinct passive ability.
Okay.
Passive ability. So instead of, like, say, if HP goes to a certain amount, it could be going, if it's a gunner, if HP goes to a certain amount, critical damage goes up.
Yes.
And there's 3 of them, so you get 3 types of choices on what kind of passive ability you want. Once you choose that, you go into basically what I believe is weapon mastery. It gives you the full list of what your weapon mastery is. So for a gunner, it's usually a gun.
Yes.
But and usually a gunner is good. It goes from E to S.
Yeah.
E is bad, S is great. When you can actually boost one. Let's say the gunner you create. Its weapon mastery is B, right?
Yes.
If you choose the gun class, if you choose the gun on the weapon mastery, it goes to A.
Yeah.
And if you had something at A, it goes to S, so it boosted by 1. So let's say sometimes you get a class that has like B, B, C, and D, right? It doesn't have one that excels that, right? Well, you can actually choose the one to go to A. So you can actually choose which one you want. So let's say it has, for example, a weapon mastery, a spear, which at B, and the weapon mastery of bow, which is at B, right? Both are at B's, right?
Yeah.
You can actually choose which class, which weapon mastery you want to go to A to exactly specialize it. So it gives you that kind of choice.
Yeah.
After that, it's basically the final stage of the character creation, which is basically well, I should mention mages first. Mages are a little different than the rest of the classes. Instead of weapon mastery class, you get to choose. Now, it randomly does give you an extra boost in something, but it randomly chooses which element you want to focus on. So you could be a fire mage, and you could have a strong affinity to ice, but weak to fire. If that, I know it sounds weird, but you have that kind of choice.
Yes.
I thought I should mention it.
All right.
The last thing that you have a choice on is you can have the choice of your own type of color scheme. You know how every time, you remember every time you play Disgaea, there's a class and it has a bunch of like
tiers,
and they all have their own color scheme.
Yeah.
You can actually choose. There's the class, and any classes you unlocked with it, and 3 other bonus color schemes. You can actually choose your own color scheme. You're not stuck with one.
Okay.
Right from the start.
Yeah.
Once that's done, character creation is completed. Once you said, this is what I want. That's character creation for you.
All right.
So how does that sound to you?
It's great, but do they still have the tiers?
Yes, they do. Like I said, any tiers you unlock get added to the palettes get added to it. So you can choose if you like the beginning tier of, let's say, the thief class, and you're in the master class, you can actually choose the color scheme of the beginner thief if you want.
Yes.
But yes, there are tiers in the game.
Oh, that's nice.
So it gives you more customability in the character creation. Is there any comments or questions before we move on about character creation?
What else is there? Not that I know of, but if I can think of something, I'll let you know anyway. But go on, move on.
Okay, what's the next question you would like to know about Disgaea? Now, keep in mind, I'm just gonna say this: I have limited play amount, so I'm just going on what I have experienced. Okay.
Okay, so how much play are we talking here, though?
I pretty much probably put like an hour or 2 in because obviously work and all that stuff. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, it's still a decent amount.
I've cleared probably about like 4 levels in the first chapter or 5 levels in the first chapter. So yeah. Which next part would you like to focus on?
Okay, well, how about story? How is it?
I can't comment. Honestly, I haven't gotten far enough. It looks
Mhm.
promising. That's
Mhm.
all I'm gonna say. It looks
Yeah.
promising. Obviously, I can one person who hasn't even finished the first chapter really comment on the story yet.
Well, the thing is, what I meant was maybe I should be a little bit more clear. I'm sorry about that. Like, you know how in Disgaea, right?
Yes.
You know how they have, like, okay, well, if they have a cutscene, right? It's like, in traditional Disgaea fashion, there's gonna be a still image, and then there's gonna be text. Do they still do that?
Yes, but the thing is, what I was saying, you know how you play Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remember how in Tactics there wasn't any of that? It was pretty much the sprite moving around in the environment, interacting with whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of a mix between that. So you get a sense of that you can see the actual sprite that you actually play with moving around the environment as the story progresses. So it's a mix.
Okay.
So you get a sense that you can actually see the character reacting with the environment, talking. So it's not just a still image that changes constantly. Anything else?
Okay, what else can I talk about? So the still image is gone. It's just
No, it's there, but they incorporating it with more variety with the animation of the sprite model, let's just say.
Okay, what else is there that we can talk about? Well, so far with your experience, right? And your past experience with Disgaea, right? How would you rate it in comparison to other Disgaeas that you played in the past?
In terms of what?
Like in terms of overall, let's just say. So far.
I can't really. How about I go from what I've read? Is that fair? Is that a better way to say it?
Which one?
From what I've heard and read, and
Yeah.
what I've gathered, because I haven't played a lot of it. I'll say one thing I have.
All right.
Disgaea. Okay, remember in every Disgaea, the main hub is very limited from
Yes.
1 to 2, wasn't it?
Yes.
In Disgaea Brighter Darkness, remember how Disgaea 1 there was sort of a castle, but it's really not.
Yeah.
In Disgaea Brighter Darkness, you actually feel like you're in a castle. There's actually other rooms in place, and there is actually a reason for that room too.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you one.
Okay.
There's actually what's called a trainer's room.
All right.
What this is you put your character into a thing like and you get to choose between like all the stats. So let's say you want your character to focus on intelligence. It's a mage, right?
Yeah.
You put it into like the whatever it is that boosts up intelligence, and every time they level up, they'll gain a bonus.
All right.
So basically, you can increase its attributes much faster that way.
Okay.
That's one aspect that's been added.
Yeah.
Other things is, like I said, it looks like a much, in terms of the hub, it looks like a much bigger Disgaea
All right.
than previous titles.
Yes.
Another feature that's been added is what's called the cheat shop.
Cheap shop.
The cheat shop.
Okay.
Remember how? Okay. You remember stronger enemies build past?
Yes.
Do you like going through that process?
No.
Well, how would you like if you could just move the cursor up or down and there you go?
That should be simplified enough as is.
So you don't have to pass the bill. You just choose it as you go along.
Ah.
There you go.
Okay.
Pretty much, you choose your own thing. And another thing about the cheat shop. Oh, I haven't mentioned. I should mention this. This is you know how in every single Disgaea Season 2 there. Now, of course, this is end game, but I might as well mention it, right? There is a Land of Carnage, right?
Yes.
Land of Carnage in 2 is a pain to get to. You should know that as much as I do.
Yes.
Land of Carnage in 3 and 4, not so much. Guess what you have to do to get to the land of carnage in this brighter darkness?
How?
I'm gonna give you one guess. Get one guess. Any guess.
Is it passing a bill?
No.
Is it through votes?
Nope.
Is it item worlding?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead.
All you have to do is beat the game.
That's it?
And you beat the game, and then you just go to the cheat shop and you go, okay, land of carnage mode on.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh my god.
It's not the same thing though. It's not the same thing though. It's not like an area. All it is, it means that everything in the current thing, like in your current stages, they get to push to land of carnage levels.
Oh, okay.
But that includes the inner world too. Like pretty much like the inner world turns into land of carnage in a world. If that makes any sense. But yeah, all you have to do to get land of carnage is beat the game.
That's as simple as it goes. So, judging by what you're telling me, I think I'm gonna like it. But the thing is, I still have a work, a lot of work
Anyways,
in front of me. Go ahead, go ahead.
Cheat shop, lesson number 3, and I think you're starting to like the cheat shop now, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
This is already at the very beginning of the game, right?
Yes.
Mana gain, EXP gain, weapon mastery gain, and skill gain, hell gain, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
They all preset to 100, right?
Yes.
But in the cheat shop, you can decrease one to increase another.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very limited right now, but I don't know for sure. But I think it gives you the ability to go in further. Like you can only decrease something to 90 right now to increase it to 110, something that's something else. Yeah. But this also has advantages because hell is not that important.
Not anymore?
Well, okay, I'll get into hell a bit more, but in late game in Disgaea, is hell that important?
Not all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can decrease your hell gain by 90% to increase your experience gain by 110.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can increase what you get to increase something else. So there's also that. So if you want to go weapon mastery mode, you can basically decrease something else to boost it. Okay. Which is a plus in my book, because you should know weapon mastery is one of the best things in the sky at 1 and 2. Also, okay, and last thing about the cheat shop, I haven't fully unlocked it, but you're gonna laugh at this, right?
Okay, go ahead.
You can actually toggle on and off if you want to earn experience, mana, I think weapon mastery. You can actually toggle that on and off.
Really?
Basically, if you want to earn 0 experience, you can toggle that off.
0 experience. They give you the options.
They give you the options to, if you want to basically gift yourself, go ahead. Right there at the beginning. Go ahead. But I'm gonna leave that on for now. I'll take that. I'll leave it on for
do
now.
that?
If you want to. Here. There's actually a funny description that says
what?
In the NPC it says, you could do this, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's there.
Yeah, which is
and of course,
weird.
And of course, there's other options that I haven't even unlocked.
Okay.
In the cheat shop. So the cheat shop, let's just say it's a very interesting aspect, and I'm for it.
Okay.
And you can access the cheat shop from the very beginning of the game. I'm gonna say that too.
But do you need to spend mana on it?
No.
Okay.
It's basically a toggle thing.
Oh, okay.
It's there at the very beginning of the game.
Oh my gosh, so they give you more options then.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now speaking of hell, and this is something I have read. I've heard that you can bribe senators with hell.
Bribing is emphasized now.
You can bribe senators with health. Now, I haven't actually experienced this because when I tried bribing, I had to bribe with items. But keep in mind, I'm only in the beginning stages of the game, so
Yeah.
grain of salt. But yeah, you can. I've heard that you can bribe senators with health.
Nice.
And you know as well as I do, in Disgaea, you're gonna have plenty of health.
Oh, that's a nice thing to do then.
Yep.
Instead of like farming up items and they want a specific item, if you have the money to bribe them with, no matter the asking price, you can pay for it.
Yep.
Providing you have it, that is.
Yeah, but hell is one of the easiest things to get in
Yeah.
the game, Disgaea.
I know.
Another thing is they improved it from Disgaea 4, right? It's what's called the data shop or
What's that?
something data something.
Yeah, what's
It's
that?
basically in Disgaea 4 it was basically it's an encyclopedia of what you've done and
Okay.
accomplished.
Yeah.
So you can see all the weapons you got, how much time you spent on the game, what you've done of this, that, anything you can think of.
Okay.
But in Disgaea 4, they put the music Disgaea 4 also had a music shop, which means you can buy music and change the item of the music.
Oh, nice.
That's what's in Disgaea 4. In Disgaea A Brighter Darkness, they merged it with the data shop.
Oh.
Basically, you don't
Oh.
have, I don't think you have to buy it anymore. Once you hear it, you can just change it right there.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, getting tired of the item world music, just change it. There you go.
Yeah, and I guess with a cheap shot ability, that's or
No,
option.
this is the data shop thing, which is different. The cheat shop is different from the data shop. The data shop is what you can change music, and you can keep track of what basically all your records and what you've obtained and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That also includes your max damage and all that stuff too.
Alright.
You can if you want a detailed thing, go to the data shop. Also another thing, the Rosen Queen. Two things about the Rosen Queen, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, you cannot, in order to gain. I've heard that in order to gain like the next tier weapons, right?
Yes.
You have to go to the next chapter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But here's another thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So instead of the customer ranking system, like on all these guys, I guess, right? They did the Rosen Queen, like a thing where every every time you finish a chapter of a story, new weapons unlock. Is that it?
No, it's the same thing, but in order to get to the next rank, basically, in order to you can spend as much as you want, but it'll only increase to a certain amount. If you want to increase it further, you have to go to the next chapter.
Oh, okay.
But yes, it's the same process where you have to pass the bill, etc., etc. But the thing is, the ranks are limited by the chapter. Of course, once you beat the final chapter, you can be able to access everything.
Yeah.
Here's another thing though. All the items in the Rosen Queen shop do not have innocence.
Really?
They're blank.
So what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. You're not farming for it. If you wanna, the only way to get innocence is through a stage or the item world.
But it's blank though. So how would you know if there's gonna be any innocence in there?
And where?
Like let's just say if it's in a weapon, right? And I got it from a Rosen Queen shop. How would I know if there's innocence there?
In the weapon you got from the Rosen Queen shop?
Yes.
There's never going to be an innocent in any of the equipment in the Rosen Queen shop. It's blank.
Oh my gosh.
Which is good and bad. Honestly, it's good and bad.
So what's the good part?
Well, the thing is, you're going to be spending more time on actual stages in the item world than you are going to be buying.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you were it was kind of annoying trying to search for that one item that had the Arms Masters like resetting the shop over and over and over.
Yeah, it's that annoying.
Yeah, so basically, even though you can't exactly farm for it easily with that, it takes away that annoyance.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. For the main hub, the gatekeeper's the same thing.
Yes.
Trying to get my process of thought here. The Dark Assembly.
Yes.
Not the Dark Assembly. Well, it's kind of like the Disgaea 4 system. So you'll get there when you get there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you too much on that. You'll get there when you get there. If you play Disgaea 4, you should get to the sort of Dark Assembly in A Brighter Darkness. If you play Disgaea 4, or Disgaea 3, whichever, you should be familiar with it now. There's no changes there.
Okay.
Anything else? Oh, I'm finished with the hub as far as I can think of.
Okay.
Any questions before we move on? And of course, if I have something to remember on the hub, I'm probably going to bring it up. So just letting you know. But from what I know, I think it's done.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Not yet. None that I could think of at the moment. So do continue.
There's a new weapon this time.
And that would be
A book.
what?
Mages have not only have the choice of staff, but now they have the choice of book.
Really?
So there's a new weapon type. It's for magic. And of course, it's gonna. I haven't experienced with too much, but you know as well as I do, it's gonna have its pros and cons.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you like to get into weapons a bit now? Like weapon types and what their changes they made.
Okay, what I want to also know is that, like, is there new classes?
It's kinda the classes in this guy. We're talking about generics, right?
Yeah, generics.
It's a mix between all four of the previous Disgaea games. Mainly, of course, with one. Which means a lot of the like. Remember the abominable snowman in one?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The Gogmagog?
Or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the golem of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
He's back. The shark dude, he's back.
Oh, okay. So the Gogmagog is there. What about the Fleisch? No, not the Fleischschatz. It's the Kagutsuchi, which is the Great Worm.
The Great Worm? I think he's back, but I'm not 100% sure. But they put in like classes and especially monsters, like a little bit of each from in the Disgaea game combined into one. So you might see if you starting, like, let's say you played Disgaea 1, right? Or Disgaea 2. You started with one and you haven't played those, and you go this one, you're gonna see like a class or a monster class that's been from a previous Disgaea game. There's that.
So Maderas is also there then, the Maderas unit.
I don't think he is. Vampire is not.
Oh, what about the Hogmiser unit?
No, I don't think he's there either. Like they didn't include all of the classes. But it's like a combination of like this, that, and this, that. You know what I mean? Which is okay. I like that.
Yeah, because I really, if it did, right? I just want to know what abilities they would dish out, you know.
And of course, remember, all these classes have their own voice. Like, remember, character creation, right?
Yeah.
Every single class, even if you're used to it from this Disgaea game, this is a new one. And all of these classes have their own like distinct voiceovers for all three of their personalities.
Yes.
And passive abilities too. So, like the shark dude, right? He's not exactly the same thing as you remember from Disgaea 1. He's an improved version, technically.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it that way.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I had one on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. Oh yeah, You were saying something about character creation earlier, right?
Yes.
How does the like you said something about the type of moods, like the type of emotion you can put. How does that affect them?
You mean like the personality?
Yeah, like it's like the
There's
emotions.
three personality when you're doing the character creation. You have a choice of three personality. Like
Okay.
if it's a gunner, angry gunner, happy gunner, sad gunner. Obviously, it's not gonna be that, but you get my meaning, right?
But how does that work?
The only difference is it gives you a voiceover, a different voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all have their three distinct voiceovers,
Mm-hmm.
and their three distinct passive abilities. That's
Mhm.
pretty much what it is. But the passive abilities, I'm gonna say it right now. The passive abilities themselves can greatly determine how you play as how you use that character. Great.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll give you. Let me give you an example. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I know. The thief.
Yes.
Y'all remember it.
Yeah.
In Disgaea, Brighter Darkness, anybody can steal at any present time, right?
Yes.
Like, if you let's say your main character, he has the same stealing power as a thief. However,
However,
the thief's three passive abilities that you can choose from.
is
Number one,
Mhm.
killing an enemy has a 100% health increase.
Mhm.
Number one. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But here's the other two. Now the other one is every time you kill an enemy, a treasure chest will appear.
Mhm.
Number three, the third one is every time you open a treasure chest, you get the treasure will be 3 ranks up.
Okay.
Now imagine, I'm gonna put it this way. Imagine you kill an enemy, right? A treasure
Mhm.
chest appears. Now imagine you had another thief that destroyed the treasure chest, and since that thief's ability was 3 ranks up, instead of like let's say the regular staff, it's going to be 3 ranks up.
Mhm.
So let me give you another example. Imagine you're trying to farm for let's say a rank 38 item for whatever reason, right?
Okay.
Well, getting a treasure chest should be easy for the thief. Thief number one, because every time she kills someone, a treasure chest appears, right?
Yes.
However, if you want to get the rank 30 whatever items,
Mhm.
you want someone who has the when she opens a treasure chest
Yes.
has a better chance of getting a rank whatever item.
Yeah.
So instead of like I'm gonna put it this way. Give me a rank 40 item and give me a rank in the same category, a rank 37 item from any Disgaea. Like it could be a staff, it could be an axe, sword, whatever.
Okay. Let's just leave it at 39 to keep it simple. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So
So,
it's 36 and 39.
no, I can't say 36 because I don't know the 36 part, but I know the 39 part. Let's just say if if it was, I'll pick one item for now. It's Infernal Staff.
Infernal staff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a hypothetical situation, that one treasure chest that your previous thief killed the enemy to pop up, right?
Yes.
It would have a rank 30. Rank? If it's 3 levels below,
Mhm.
that would be rank 35, I think.
Yes.
No, 36. 36.
Mhm.
Once the other thief gets that treasure chest, that whatever's in that item goes up 3 ranks.
Oh, okay.
Instead of a rank 36 staff, it's now a rank 39 staff.
Oh my gosh.
You understand where I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So you can use the combo to get like a higher item much faster.
Oh, okay.
And this is especially helpful early on. So there's that.
Okay.
Would you like to talk about the combo, like the meat of the game, the actual combat?
No, not so much because what else is there?
There are changes that you'll like. If you don't want to, that's fine.
Okay. Do they still have the master pupil relationship?
Yes, and it's being improved.
Okay, how is it improved then?
You can actually choose who's the master and actually who's the pupil.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you have pick 2 classes, any 2 classes.
Okay, let's just say if it's can it also be done with monsters too?
A monster, the monster still cannot learn a human weapon mastery class. Keep in that mind. But pick 2 classes, any 2 classes.
Cleric and samurai.
Cleric and samurai.
Yeah.
So let's say you want. Who do you want to learn from you?
Okay. The thing is, the samurai will learn from the cleric, which is the
healing spell.
Yes.
You can reverse it afterwards.
Really?
Yep. You choose who wants to learn from who.
So let's just say if I want my cleric to have the same sword ability as as the samurai, I could do that.
You can do that.
Oh my gosh, I will really have fun with this game. It's too bad it's just like what? How many games before that?
Well, this guy has always been a progression, and regardless of what we think of the DLC stuff and thing, I do believe the games have been improving.
Yeah, it sounds juicy enough as is, dude.
I'm gonna get into a bit of the combat without spoiling any of the story or whatever. From what I've seen, fair enough.
Go ahead.
Stabs now are kind of like a mini bow.
Mini bow?
Like a bow light. Like, you know how bows can target like around them? Staves have the ability to do the same thing, but on a shorter scale. So you don't have to be standing right beside the person to attack them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so you don't have to stand right beside the person to attack them.
So it has that range.
It has that range, and you can there's actually a spell kind of animation with it. It's not just a whack, it's sort of like a ball glowy thing. So it's actually kind of like a magic attack. Also, anybody can counterattack anything as long as you can counterattack it.
Yeah.
So let's say you got a bow user, right? And let's say your bow user is in range with a spellcaster, right?
Yes.
The spellcaster or whatever uses any kind of skill on the bowmaster, right? The bow will counterattack.
Nice.
Anybody can counterattack anything. So basically, as long as you are able to reach the target, you can counterattack.
Okay.
Including special skills like Laharo's meteor or whatever. Anything is counterattackable.
Like even abilities like the meteor impact.
Yep. Everything is counterattackable as long as you can actually
Reach them.
Reach them. Like obviously, a sword will not be able to counterattack someone who's 10 pounds away.
Yeah.
So everything is counterattackable, which is the double-edged sword depending on who's counterattacking.
Do mages counterattack?
If, like I said, everything is counterattackable.
Crap. Yeah, you're right though. It's a double-edged sword because what if the enemy's more powerful than you?
Well, that's another thing to keep in mind. Also, throwing range.
Yeah.
I think I talked to you this before, but I'll just mention it.
Go
You know how every time you had a throw range, it was always vertical or horizontal?
Yeah.
Now you can it actually has like a bow range now, where you actually can pick the exact square where you want to throw.
Oh, like you can also throw diagonal too.
No, not only diagonal. We're talking about a complete bow range here.
So in a 360 pattern.
Yes. as long as it's in the let's say the orange square, right? You can throw it there. Exactly.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
So that pretty much you're no longer limited to hopefully you'll get it to this location. No, you can throw it exactly where you want.
Yeah.
A new feature that's been added to Brighter Darkness is players can actually mount monsters.
Oh, nice. I guess.
Basically, what it means is your monster has the HP while the character has the attack. So the monster is movable and defense while the character is the one that does the attacking.
Yeah.
Also, there's also a combination attack too, a special combination attack. Meaning both character and monster will do a combo attack.
Yes.
Like you know how classes have, like Laharo has his meteor impact. They'll have their own special combo attack, like that.
Okay.
Special skill. So you can have that option too. There's also the support attack.
Okay.
What this pretty much means is, you know how every time there's a counter attack, there's also a support attack, which means if you're attacking someone like a monster and you got someone right in, like right beside you or something like that, right?
Yes.
They have a chance to attack next. I'm not talking about a combo attack where you select someone and they attack. The AI will just do it.
Okay.
Am I making that clear, or?
The only time I could make that clear is when I have the game myself.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. As long as they're in range, they don't have to be right beside you to do. You know how there's a combo attack where you have those 2 to 4 things where it goes and you have that kind of special animation.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like a team.
Yeah.
A support attack, they don't even have to be right beside you anymore. They will just attack the enemy that you're attacking. So let's say Loharo is attacking someone from the front, right?
Okay.
A support attack can attack the enemy from behind.
Alright.
So which means that you can keep the damage going even further than any of the other ones. Because you can keep the attacks increasing. So you're not limited to a combo attack or a team attack anymore. There's also support attacks now. The other stuff that I will mention, there's also affinities too, which pretty much you know how in every love simulator you got like the affinity for the girl or something like that.
Oh god, don't tell me it's one of those zodiac affinities
No, it's not.
FFP.
All it means it's like your character has sort of affinity it can have a friendship.
Okay.
In order to decrease it, all you have to do is like they have to go in like team attacks or whatever. But if you actually damage the ally, then it decreases, obviously, right? So the more let me put it this way, the more involved like let's say character A and B are, the more they're likely to do like support attacks or like monsters like do their special combo abilities with the character. So it actually adds to the gameplay like that.
Okay.
And there's also another thing where you can actually have support defense.
Alright.
Which I told you about. Basically what it means is, let's say you have a golem, right? Or a wood golem, right? You know.
Yes.
And you know how they're extremely good with defense.
Yes.
Let's say you have a character right next to them, and they're really friends with each other. They're really buddy, right? Let's say a monster attacks you. There's a chance that the golem will go right, basically block it and take the damage.
Okay, and then it heals itself per turn anyway.
But my point is, like, there's a chance someone will defend you. Just go right in front of you and take the damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, but the thing is that could be also double-edged sword too, you know?
Yeah, well, the thing is, anything could be you have to be smart. There's no doubt about that. I will say I think the look, obviously, the look I think has been updated substantially. Like, while I'm not gonna say the character sprites have gone that much better or anything like that, I think the production quality of, like, you know how there's sort of like that bar where the text goes on? That looks better.
Yeah.
Certain little things have gotten better. Like, it definitely looks like the production of the game has gotten better.
It sounds like it is too. Do they still like have the parody-like storyline, or is it serious mood this time?
Parody. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Like a lot of pop culture
it's
references.
Easily parody, dude. It's easily parody. It's easily. What else can I say? What else? Oh yeah. Since there's weapon mastery, right?
Yep.
Which I already explained.
All right.
Now you'll get into this with D3 and D4, because remember I told you Disgaea Bright Darkness is a combination of the system from D1 and 2 and the system from D3 and 4, right?
Yes.
Well, I'll give you a little tip on this. Will help you in Disgaea 3 and 4 when you get to it, alright? They took weapon mastery out in that game, but they implemented something else.
Yes.
Instead of weapon mastery, there are specialists that can boost either weapons or armor.
Okay.
So basically, like in Disgaea 3 and 4, the one that boosts armor is called a Guardian, right? You put the Guardian on any one of the slots, just like any other weapon master, and it boosts all the armor by 5 times, each and every single one of them. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So basically, what I'm saying is, okay, I'm gonna put it this way. You got 3 super robo suits, right? What are the general stats of them? Like, without innocence.
Okay, let's just say that each stat in a Super Robo suit is 5k each.
5,000 each?
Yeah. Let's just say, as a base, not not leveled up to 100, capped to 100 or whatever. The base stats is, even with without the innocence, is 5k per stat, from HP to to speed, which is SPD. Yeah.
Now you put 500 guardians in, which is the specialist that boosts it up, right? 500, which is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Multiply that 6,000 by 5 on each and every single one of your armor.
Oh my goodness. The numbers.
You see where I'm getting at?
Yes, the numbers.
The numbers. Pretty much they took the awesomeness from that idea and combined it with the Disgaea 1 and 2 weapon mastery system. Do you even know how high the numbers can actually get in Brighter Darkness?
No, I don't. Is there a cap though?
There is, but do you want to know how high it is?
Okay, how high is it then?
Give me a stat.
What?
Give me a stat.
Okay, attack.
9,999,000,000 or 9 billion, and the rest are all 9.
Oh my gosh.
9 billion. Now guess how high the HP and SP could get.
How much?
9 trillion, and the rest are all 9s.
That's a whole lot of nines.
basically, let me put it this way: you will not reach in Disgaea 4. The stat cap was 99 million on the 99 million on basically 99 million 99999 on the like everything that wasn't HP and SP. So attack 99 million, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
In HP and SP, it was about 400 million, which is a lot, yes, but it's not like 9 billion or 9 trillion, is it?
It isn't.
There you go. So basically, think of the Guardians as D3, D4's best feature. You can multiply all your stats on all your armor by 5 times each. That's 3 slots, right?
Okay.
And remember, Weapon Mastery boosts weapons by 25 times. Combine that.
That's a whole lot of numbers, that's what I'm saying.
Combine that, and you'll see how mind-boggling this game is going to be.
So I'm guessing with that kind of numbers, also aptitudes are also enforced as well, isn't it?
Yeah, ever since 3, aptitudes have been enforced. And here's the thing. In Disgaea 3, from onwards, you can actually increase aptitudes.
Oh my gosh. Only if I could play it now, that is. That's the thing.
But I'm saying, from Disgaea 3 and 4, yeah, let's say, you know what aptitudes do, right?
A little, yeah.
Basically, if aptitude is at 100, let's say your stat is 500, right? You're gonna get 500 out of that stat. If your aptitude is 200, at 500, it's gonna double. If it's 300, it's gonna triple.
Okay.
But if it's at 50, it's going to get half. So, make sense?
Makes sense.
So basically, ever since Disgaea 3, you can actually increase it, which means you can get even more stats from your items. This is actually where the grinding in Disgaea 3 from onwards at 3 and 4 came. It's not the leveling, it's not the weapon mastery, it's a damn aptitude. Because to increase it, you have to go through what's called a character world, right? Over and over and over.
Yeah.
Disgaea 4, it's much simpler. You just have to do some kind of simple process, and every single buddy gets their aptitude increased by 5 points. But here's another thing. Remember how when you play Disgaea 1 or 2, your characters, every time you transmigrated, all their aptitudes go up by 5 points?
Yes.
You can only do it by 5 times, right?
Yes.
But when you're doing every other unit, it kind of does it kind of randomly. Doesn't seem very even, does it?
Doesn't.
Disgaea Brighter Darkness, everybody gets that kind of bonus every time they transmigrate like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So basically, once you do the reincarnation, 101, 100 goes to 105, 105 goes to 110, etc., etc. There's a cap to it, but there's a way to reach beyond the cap, and it's much easier than Disgaea 3 and 4. I'll tell you that. I haven't gone past that set, but I know about it. So there's that. Also, here's something you might or might not like.
And that would be?
There are no rarities in the game anymore.
Which is a good sign.
It's good, it's bad. The only reason why it's bad is you can't increase stats like that. But with Weapon Mastery and the Guardian system, they need it.
No.
Yeah. So basically, there are no rarities. So you basically don't have to wait for. They're still like. Now, keep in mind, there's still regular, rare, and legendary still, right? But there's no like number system where it's like you have to go for rarity 0 or rarity 25 or rarity 7 or anything like that. It's gone. Gone completely. So, what do you think of that?
That's great. And I finished Yama. So we're just on time.
Hold on. A few more things, right?
Yeah.
You can make a regular item.
Mm-hmm.
You know the item world, right?
Yeah.
You can go from a regular item,
Mm-hmm.
like pick a item you know well from any Disgaea game. Doesn't matter which.
ABC gum.
An equipment or a weapon.
Okay.
That's not rank 40. It has to be something that has multiple rarities.
Okay. Let's just say tentacles.
Tentacles?
Yeah. Anyway,
You can-
hold. Can you hold that thought? Because the ending is coming.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. The Netherworld, a place where humans live after
Hey,
death.
that's not the ending.
Waiting for the next. It is. Trust me, it is.
Kidding?
Yeah, it says the Netherworld, a place where humans live after death, waiting for the next Gensokyo. For the next Gensokyo is still in full bloom, but the season of the cherry blossoms had preparations for summer have already begun. The feeling of vitality in this current incident had not reached the Netherworld. So how should I voice Yuyuko and Youmu? You're pretending to be cleaning. Oh, Miss Yuyuko, I am not pretending. I really am cleaning. I heard about you. That Gensokyo was filled with flowers and you went and tried to help it all to yourself as a secret from me. I don't understand. What do you mean by trying to keep it all to myself? You were the one who told me about it in the first place. But I am certain the flowers in Gensokyo have been cursed by the incident. It's just the situation was already something that couldn't be helped. If you are going to flower viewing by all means, let's go together. I will go by myself. No, you mustn't. Oh yes, I heard another thing. You got scolded by the Yama, didn't you? How did you know that? I heard from her. Oh, she did tell me not to cut down so many ghosts. Well, besides that, she was pushing me to teach you more. Huh? What kind of a teaching? More. It's easier said than done. I've never really taught you anything either. Well, first of all, let's start with teaching you how to pour some delicious Did the Yama really teach you how to do something like this? I got to teach you how to keep an open mind, which I should be doing. After all, even if I talk to you with what the Netherworld is or what a ghost is. You wouldn't completely understand, would you? No, I don't know if that's true. However, do you remember what you've done so far? Or you've known so far? Huh? About how you wouldn't cut down the ghost of Inkansokyo with your prat? Nani? Oh, that! After all, wouldn't that be a waste of your sword? Well, it wouldn't reduce my sword. But I will at least remember that very well. The Netherworld is a place for ghosts to temporarily stay if they are permitted. Ghosts who don't die in peace go astray or to hold attachment to the Yama decides what world a ghost goes in its afterlife according to the whether it goes to hell, heaven, or the Netherworld. Youmu would abruptly cut off the ghost's wandering, that is, she'd bring them. In other words, if a ghost were to be cut down by a sword before it gets judged by Layama, then even one that embraces sin could end. That is why she was told that it would be better not to cut down the ghost of the pack. The Yama said that the flowers were ghosts of the outside world. The mistress had been told to make sure that the ghost would not be cut down. Youmu had gotten the message telling her to leave with the flower incident alone. The flowers of Tokyo continued to bloom. She stopped trying to return the flowers to normal and believed that she would flower viewing with the mistress. This time as a being of the Netherworld. Congratulations! Ending number 4. Man, that is a long epilogue for for Youmu and Yuyuko.
Well, back on hand, right?
Where were you again? Oh, and by the way,
I'll talk about the pick an item again. Let's just say the Excalibur. That's a rank 39, isn't it?
Okay, hold on. So should I continue playing?
What?
Should I continue playing as Raisin now, or should I?
No. I just wanna. Basically, we're just gonna conclude pretty much. I'm gonna finish off Disgaea. At least let me finish it off, right?
Okay.
And then we're gonna say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
Then we'll just talk normally.
Yeah, and then I'll upload it to YouTube. Go on.
Okay, so again, Excalibur. It does have multiple rarities, right?
Yes.
So you know how in previous Disgaea you're like, oh, I gotta wait for the legendary one.
Okay.
You don't need to do that anymore.
You don't?
Because all you need to do is get the regular version, go into it until you get to the final floor,
yes,
which is called the item sea now, it's not called the item world anymore.
Okay.
And then you can turn that regular version into the rare version. Then you go from the rare version all the way to the final floor, you turn that rare version into the legendary version. And every time you go in from like the final floor into the new floor, the stats go up in the item too.
Oh, nice.
So it actually is beneficial to actually get the regular version and turn it into the legendary version. The final floors are 300 for an item, right?
Okay.
So you can go up 300 floors, right?
Yes.
I've read about this. I haven't practiced.
Okay.
Right? But you can still go from the final floor to the bottom floor again and do it again and again and again.
So
again.
the item world doesn't have a cap, even though if it's a level 100.
I'm not gonna. I don't think it has a level cap, but I do think it has a stat cap.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like in Disgaea 4, for instance, the stat cap for like whatever was like just over 2 million, I think. Which means like your HP with that item, like let's say it's a Yoshitsuna, goes to 2 million, whatever.
Yeah.
But instead of like searching for level spears, or going to a mystery gate and look for the fortune teller, which I'm sure you know what I'm talking about now. You just go up the freaking item itself. Also, apparently, the more enemies you kill in the item world as well,
Yes.
you'll gain a small increase in stats. So there's a reason why to kill them now. Instead of just, if you want to kill them, you'll get even more stats on the item. I'm not sure exactly how much, but whatever helps, helps.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, item world. Basically, just go up the floors. Once you reach the final floor, reset until you go up again, like up and down. About the line of carnage, right? Every time I've read that every time you kill an enemy in the line of carnage, you gain like a small percentage of its stats permanently. And you know as well as I do, how big are those stats in the line of carnage? Even for Disgaea 2.
Yeah, they're very big. Because they, even if you haven't even passed the bill, right? They go like I think on the later levels of a item, it becomes like at around near top levels. And speaking of levels, right? Can you level up easy?
Ever since Disgaea 3, you could.
Okay.
Basically, and I don't know this for sure, but in Disgaea 2, you can only have 300 statisticians, right? And then that's it, right?
Yeah.
Ever since Disgaea 3, you can stack as many statisticians as you want. So, Disgaea 3, you can have it has 8 slots, right?
Okay.
Every slot you can have 300 statisticians, and all those statisticians will count. Which means you don't have to put 300 statistician, you can put 8.
Nice.
And don't forget, you can do this on 4 pieces of equipment: your weapon and 3 armor slots.
Okay.
So that 8 turns into 3,200. Imagine 3,200 statisticians.
Okay.
Imagine the leveling you can do that.
That's good and all, but the thing is, now that Yomu's done, what should we do now?
Well, let's sum this up. Any questions?
Well, if
you might as well ask them now. You might as well ask.
No. If I have any other questions to ask, I'm going to make it. I'm gonna make it so in the next playthrough, which is the last of the characters in story mode, which is also your favorite character, which is Udongi Ryzen or something like that. Yeah.
Bottom line, to summarize it, they really have streamlined this guy in A Brighter Darkness to make the grinding and the randomization much less so. Like the final thing is, even if you get a game over, you get, instead of getting a game over, you could just get booted to the town. So let's say you steal an item or whatever, right, from the item world, right?
Yeah.
In a normal Disgaea, it's game over and you lose it. In this one, you keep it and you just go right to the town.
Okay. As much as I like to delve in more to Disgaea, I have to say that for those who who tuned in at this broadcast, I thank you, and I'll see you guys with the next upload with Udongi
Right.
Ryzen, which
And
is your favorite character, and we can play with her antenna. Sorry, play with her bunny ears till we get the clear reception to get TV stations from Trinidad and Tobago or Hawaii. Okay.
And we'll maybe continue with Disgaea, or maybe we'll go start with another game. Who knows?
No, not another game. It's gonna be Odongi Ryzen. It's gonna be next.
No,
so.
I'm talking about a game that I described.
Okay, all right, wait.
If you want to go with Disgaea, a little more Disgaea, we can do that. Or if you want to go to a different game, we can do that too. Or we can do both. We can do it.
Yeah. So I also thank you for giving me or giving the audience also insight, and as you dove in detail, I might add, what a brighter darkness Disgaea Disgaea 2 has to offer, knowing that we are Disgaea buffs ourselves.
And hopefully I didn't spoil anything. It's just I hope I just gave straight detail that you can just find on the web. That's not spoiling anything. I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully so. But as of now, this is Uber Prinny,
Mycharisbs,
and we'll see you with Udongi Ryzen. Thank you very much. Bye.